All right, looks like we're live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris. This is my channel, We Love Comics. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch this, whether you're watching it live or if you are watching it later on once it's uploaded. One of the things I want to mention to people that may be new or haven't seen one of my videos in a while, I do this new little contest on every live video where if 10 or more different people do at least $2 super chats while I'm doing the live chat, I will randomly pick one of them to win a 90% silver dime, and I will mail it anywhere around the world, and I will pay for the shipping and handling. So it has to happen while this is live. So even if you're watching this later and you've never heard that before, every time I do a live video, this is going to happen from now on until I basically, if I ever run out of dimes, but I have a bunch. I don't have millions, but I have enough to give away. So 10 or more people that do uh, $2 super chats or more. And for every $2 you contribute, you get another entry. So the more you contribute, the more entries you could possibly get. So with that being said, if you want to critique the AI art, by all means, please do, either positive or negative. I'll leave it up to you. Shout out to all my Patreon members, including Brian Hood, one of my newest members. If you want to have early access to any of my auctions before anybody else gets the opportunity to do so, you can join at patreon.com/we love comics. The minimum is the minimum, whatever it is, for any Patreon account. So it's not like you have to have a $25 or $50 membership to be able to qualify for that. So 90% of the income that comes in goes towards helping all of our cats. We actually, the one cat that we've been taking care of lately, the stray cat that almost died, we're finding out after months of trying to do different lab results, he could potentially have lymphoma, but we have to go take him to a CTC scan, and then if he has lymphoma, he's got to do radioactive treatments. So any contributions are definitely going to go towards helping the animal with food and all the other fun stuff. So if that's something that matters to you, you can go to patreon.com/slash we love comics, or you could just send blessings in a comment. That's perfectly fine as well. Your kindness is appreciated regardless of how it is. If I get 20 paid members in any given month, I got giveaways that I want to give away. We've never reached 20 in 1 month, but who knows? Things can happen, so I'll leave it up and we'll see what happens. But again, for every $2 you apply, you will get an entry. And again, I will mail it anywhere around the world. And as you can see, as the tiers go up, or the member amounts go up, the tier prizes go up. So we've got GT Key Comic, one of my moderators, in the live chat. Good to see you. Hope you are well. Thumbs up right back at you. So these are the 4 books I'm sending to PGX. If you've never seen one of my videos, I have a deal with PGX. Now, the deal doesn't mean that I get paid by them, which I don't. I don't have any contract signed. Basically, in a nutshell, I sent about 8 years ago to the 3 major companies at the time. If you would allow me to send a couple of books to you to get graded for either a discount or for free, I could do the advertisement. PGX was the only one that actually responded, and I've been utilizing them by sending 4 books every month for over 8 years now. And they've been very kind to me. They allow me to say whatever I want to say. They've never once contacted me and said, "Oh, you shouldn't have said that," or "We really want you to say a certain thing." They give me free range. I appreciate that. And I share my personal experience. So if you want to listen to people that have never used PGX or used them once and they just want to send a bad rap because, it makes them, everybody high five them, by all means, listen to whoever you want. I would not deal with any company, even if they paid me, if they were every month destroying or losing my books. So keep that in mind. I'm sharing my experience. But if you want to try PGX and you've never used them before, if you send 10 or more books to them, use the code We Love Comics Free Press. They will press one of your books for free. You can either mention which one you want or they'll just randomly pick one. Now, this is not on their website and this is not on their invoice. So you have to write it in on the invoice or email notify them when you do an electronic invoice to be able to qualify for this. So this is exclusively for my We Love Comics viewers. So the deal I get is I can send 4 books in every month to get obviously graded, pressed and dry cleaned, which I highly recommend whatever company you send your books to, get them pressed and dry cleaned. Signature verification if it needs to. And also, because of my idea, they actually have the ability to where for $5 a slab, you can have the grader's notes printed on the back of the slab, which if you're a person that sells or trades books, comes in handy to have all of that information right there for people to be able to view and for your own, you know, to keep everything right there in front of you so you don't have to go looking it up or forgetting. Obviously, if you email them, you can get it for free, but I like that idea that I came up with, and I really like the fact that they implemented it. So again, that's not on their invoice, it's not on their website. Use the code We Love Comics Graders Notes. Let them know which ones you want to have added with the graders notes. There is no minimum. So if you send in 10 books and you only want one of them to have the graders notes, just let them know. And just write it down on the invoice. So with that being said, what I do is I show you the books, obviously. I tell you the significance of them, if any. 99 out of 100 times, the books that I send in have some kind of significance. I will tell you what I paid for them, and then I will tell you my prediction of what I think the grade will be after they do a pressing and dry cleaning. So the book might not seem as nice when I show it, but there could be a lot of pressable defects which will change the grade. So I always make my prediction based on what I think it will be after a pressing and dry cleaning. There's one book that could potentially go up 2 grades because it has so much non-color break increases on it. And I'm really excited. So that one's going to have a larger range of where I predict it might be, because depending on what they can do with the pressing, it's going to go up significantly. It's going to go up regardless. So even if it only goes up half a grade, I'm still happy. But this one's got the potential, and I'll show that at the end. Um, could potentially be 2 grades higher. So we got Joshua Perez also in the house. Good to see you. So let's get with the first book. I've been getting a lot of these lately. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 312. No major significance of this one, but this one is a newsstand variant, and as you can see, it is signed by Todd McFarlane and also the late great Stan Lee. So just Stan Lee's signature alone would increase the value of this book anywhere between $125 and $150. Todd McFarlane's probably about 50 bucks, 75. I paid $168 and what is it, 20 cents? Um, 50 cents. Sometimes I can't read my own handwriting. It's for this book. Now, it has a couple of pressable defects, so I did a little bit larger range on this one. It's not the one that I was talking about earlier, but I'm saying it's probably going to be between an 8.5 all the way up to potentially a 9.6, because I don't see any color break increases. Now, there might be one along the very edge where if I used a microscope, I could find it. I'm not going to do that even if I had a microscope, which I don't. So 8.5 to 9.6, depending on what they can do with the pressings and dry cleanings. PGX has done really well for me with their pressings, so I have the utmost faith in them. But nothing is guaranteed because I mean they could try everything and it could be one of the wrinkles just won't come out. So 8.5 to 9.6, dual signed, definitely worth it for that price, in my opinion. You may disagree. Another signed book, so there are two of them signed. I could not wait to get this one sent, but I'm going to be doing soon, believe it or not, the top either 30, 40, 50 books that I got of 2025. This was one of them, so I didn't want to send this in until I did the video, but I'll mention it at the time because it's a little too late at this point. House of Secrets 92. This is first appearance of the Swamp Thing, signed by Len Wein. Really looking forward. Nice book. It does have a stain on the staple, so I did ask if they can, spend a little time maybe trying to get that out. I always write on the back of the book. First of all, put your personal information, so I'm not going to turn it around to show that. Tape it onto the back of the bag, so this way you don't assume. Because if any company, God forbid, misplaces the book because maybe they're so busy they just put it down, go to lunch, and something gets shuffled, or they drop a bunch of books, write your name and address and phone number, email address on the back of the book, obviously on the bag. So this way, if that ever happens, they could pick it off the ground or put it, if somebody put it in the wrong pile, and they can see, okay, that's this person's book instead of just a comic with no information on it. So I highly recommend to do that. So I paid $653.77 for this book. I'm predicting about a 4.5 to a 5.5 off-white to white pages. Absolutely looking forward to seeing the results of that one. This was one of my first major purchases of 2026 already. This was a newly listed book. I couldn't believe the price that they were selling it for, but this is why I show people deals are always out there. So I have my technically third copy of this book. This is Batman number 59. First copy I ever bought of this is a coverless copy. Then I have another one that I got probably about 8 years ago, 7 years ago. And then this one I just got this year. This, of course, is the first appearance of Deadshot. So absolutely great Golden Age character. Excuse me. It has also futuristic Batman and futuristic Joker appearance in it. I only paid with shipping and handling and taxes. I only paid $374.49. That's less than what I bought for the coverless copy of this book years back. So it's a lower grade, but say it with me. Low grade is better than no grade. You can see, this book has been read over the years. You can see a part of the cover is missing there, little pieces here and there. That's fine. This book came out around 1959. So I'm happy with any grade on this book because even in low grades, you're spending 7, 8, 900 up to thousands just in a 1.0. So 374.49 for this book. I'm predicting roughly about a 2.5 to 3.5 range. All right, last but not least, this one, it shows why it really pays to sometimes buy slab books. Because this person that bought this book, I don't know if they bought it from somebody else or they got it graded themselves. It is a CGC book, and people say, well, why are you going from CGC to PGX? Let me first show the book, and then I'll explain the method to my madness. This is Amazing Spider-Man number 129, first appearance of the Punisher. It is a 5.0, nice mid-grade. But if you look here, this is a Mark Jewelers insert. Now, the person that owned this book, whether they bought it from somebody else or whoever got it graded, we'll put it this way, whoever got this graded either did not know about pressing and dry cleanings or did not have the funds to be able to do so. Because this entire book, you'll probably not be able to see it. Yeah, you can see right there. The entire book, see that? There you go. The entire book is a wrinkled mess. See on the bottom there? None of that breaks color. A pressing and dry cleaning will absolutely, at the very least, reduce that, if not get it all out. Because you can see, even in the corner, there are no white spots there, which means there's no missing color. But look at all those wrinkles. This is why it pays to get books pressed. I paid, first of all, this is the first appearance of the Punisher, in case you didn't know. And I don't want to assume everybody that watches this knows that. But I paid, oh, I didn't write the price. Hold on. I paid $1,623.35. I'm glad I wrote it down on the back of the slab. Which, for a 5.0 CGC of a Mark Jewelers variant, not bad at all. I'm predicting between a 6 and a possible 7 for this book. Cracking it open, sending it to PGX, having them press and dry clean it. That will dramatically raise the value of this book. Because again, look at it, goes all the way almost halfway to the halfway point of the book. Can't show it all because of the glare. But look, all of that is non-color breaking creases, like wrinkles. That is the ultimate reason to get your books pressed and dry cleaned. And you can see, even with the word jackal, I mean, you can see there's a color breaking crease right there. But yeah, in the close up, you could see it even more. So I would love to hear what somebody thinks the grade would be after a pressing and dry cleaning. Now, I don't know about the back, if the wrinkles go through or not. So let's see. because it's been a while since I've looked at this book. So it doesn't go all the way through, it doesn't seem, but it could be the angle. But even still, that's dramatically going to increase the grade of this book. Even if it comes back a 5.5, it's still an increase. It's still going to get more value. So for the little amount of money it costs to press and dry clean a book, like even if the person in CGC got this pressed at CGC, they'd probably charge anywhere between $50 and $80 to get a book like this pressed and dry cleaned. To go to a 6 or a 7, you're talking multiple hundreds, if not $1,000 in increased value, making a pressing absolutely worth doing. But either, again, somebody didn't know about it, or somebody just didn't think it was worth it, or maybe they just didn't have the funds. This is why it pays to look at graded books, especially on eBay, from sellers who may not know about pressings and dry cleanings, or maybe just didn't care enough to do it, or again, didn't have the funds. And you could buy a book, even at fair market value of what this is worth, and increase it with whatever funds it takes to get it pressed and dry cleaned. And like I said, PGX does amazing pressings and dry cleanings. And I'm even asking them, I wrote on the back if they could please spend some extra care on this one. And I'm sure they'll do it. So to have a Mark Jewelers variant at a 5.0 and have that much pressable defects all around this whole front of the book, and it could ripple a couple of different pages. Obviously, I don't know that because it's in a slab, and I'm going to send it in the slab. I mean, just imagine if it came back a 7.0 or a 7.5 or an 8.0. I don't think it'll go that high, but I mean, with all of that pressable defect gone, if they can get it all out and flatten it out, sky's the limit on what this could be. The person that sold this book missed an opportunity of a lifetime or didn't know about it. I don't know. But this is why I always tell people it pays to research, it pays to know what you're doing, because then you can get opportunities to, again, even if you bought it at fair market value, increase it twofold, threefold without doing a thing. Well, without doing anything major. So those are the four books. So I'd love to hear your opinions, especially after seeing that. Because like I said, I was able to get close up enough in the right angle so you could see all the wrinkles and everything. That book is going to get incredibly bumped up in grade. I just don't know how much. So it's definitely not coming back a 5.0. So it's a matter of what number you think it would come back in on based on what you saw. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. So we didn't get any super chats, and that's okay. Next time, and again, when I do a live video, if I get 10 people to do super chats of $2 or more, I'll give away a 90% silver dime to one of the lucky people that were doing it. And we'll keep doing it every single live video. So that's still something new, so most people don't know about it. So spread the word, and let me know what you think by leaving a comment. So let's give a shout out to Joshua Perez. And we also have, let me see if there's anybody else just in case. GT Key Comic, both of you are today's surprise subscriber shout out. So thank you for being the only two in the live chat. Quality over quantity. So thanks for watching, everybody. Let me know what you think. And don't forget, it's not you, it is not I. It is We Love Comics. Have a great day, everybody. I'll see you next video. And by the way, I won't say, and I'll show this really quick. I won't say who it is because they might be doing a video, but one of the people that bought one of my auctions made a final payment. So I'm saying goodbye because I'm about to package this up and send it out. So if the person wants to say who they are, they're more than welcome to because they're not in here right now. Or they are, I'm not going to say. But this is Amazing Spider-Man number 14, 4.0. Somebody used the payment plan to be able to purchase this from one of my auctions, and I'm mailing it out to them today. So if you're that person, whether you want to stay anonymous or leave a comment to say that's yours, I'll leave that up to you. But I just wanted to show this book is about to leave my household. But the good thing is, I have still a few other copies. That's why I always tell people if you have the ability, especially if you can find a deal, to get multiple copies of a key book, do it. Because then you could sell it if you need to get bills paid and still have one. Highly recommend it. So that's going to be packaged up and sent out today. Any of you that are still paying my auctions, there are still few of you that have disappeared for months without responding to emails. So hopefully you'll continue your payments. But till then, it's not you, it's not I. It is We Love Comics. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. And don't forget to have your trolls spayed and neutered. And we are also quickly going to give a shout out to Con Lives because I saw he just put a little comment in the live chat. So we'll also include you in the surprise subscriber shout out. Have a great day, everybody.